enough to be blessed with Patrick in my life. So this one's called Sweet Brown Honey. It's a commentary on being back on the dating scene here for a while. I like bullshitting fools who break all the rules. I like to watch their tries to build platforms of lies to stand on from which to pontificate. I like to watch them strut and try their luck, shake their ass, show their grass, decline, conjugate, and copulate, because some days it's a good day to sleep with a signifying cloud. I like artists and activists, warriors and pacifists, creating their rhymes, eyeing some prime, anticipating sublime moments in mon chambre à coucher. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? I like the window in to all their sin. They're trying to win lopsided battles. They splash on paper, on canvas, staking their belts to the ground in concrete war zones, making all of it more beautiful. I like to float like the moon in the sky of a room, a thick-haunched doe watching hunger rise slow, looking for and taking the best hunter. I like being stalked and serenaded, evoked and painted, being prayed to and chased while being evasive, then luring them on in for the kill, because I have finally, after all this time, figured out the one thing that bad boys are good for. I like them sniffing my skirt, spitting phrases and words like love, and I'm in touch with my feminine side, and investing in property, and concentrating on my career. I like the surprise and the look in their eyes when they ultimately figure out I was just in it for the nookie because some turnabout is fair play, which is exactly what all of them want me to do. So yes, I'll make you some tea, let you be what you be, crawl on my bed, have it go to your head, almost drown in my pleasured sounds, get yourself lost in your signals all crossed, nearly go blind and out of your mind at the image of my splendor beneath you, and then I'll hold you up while I walk you out the door. Something a little playful before we go back to serious. This next one is coming out in a new issue of Sentence, which is the prose poetry journal, and it's an issue coming out with all native poets as well, so I'm honored to be sharing some space with people like Sherman Alexie in that one, who will be here in Norman in the spring for a conference, which is being honored. So this one is called Kitchen Table Refuge. Kitchen table refuge, particle board circle became my roof, my little home, a center in the dysfunction, the flying glass above me, the hard words that even though I was 3 and could read, I wouldn't dare use, hiding from the booze and fists and feet that my grandfather never aimed at me, but that hit home anyway. Hiding afraid from the future when he would aim something more dangerous that my grandma blocked, but that hit home anyway. My imaginary friends, breadcrumbs that I talked to, all with names starting with V, Veronica, Victoria, Vivian, Vanessa, almost driving him crazy in his delirium tremors, his withdrawal making him think I'd already lost what mind I had, the alcohol-filled cough elixir I spooned down him as he was sick, trying to make him feel better, trying to take away the pain I was sane enough to hide from. Circle of false wood, assimilated trees, reconstituted reality. You absorb the shock of tears, of kicks, of stories, of time and death. And I hauled you 2,000 miles after my grandma passed, scarred with scratches, with burns from cigarettes and hot spoons my uncle dropped in a cloud of black tar. I can't let go of you any more than I can let go of the good food and bad memories, the family recipes I changed to suit my needs. Those are my children, none of whom have names starting with V, any more than I can let go of the taste of laughter mixed with tears. Okay, we'll switch to something really different. A couple of things there. And these are from one of the chapbooks. I think I have, oh gosh, I've got so much in storage. I've got a couple of copies of Gigigay and Sagamagay that I have with me as well as the new ones, but not much. This one is a poem for a friend of mine, Nita Padapa. I want to be a woman who burns cedar in the morning, who walks each day in a ceremony of beauty, who sees in the simple cast iron of her kitchen a sacred fire, who chooses a companion who knows who she is, a woman whose grace is inherited from grandma's trails, balanced paths, a woman whose smile behind a feathered fan glitters off the cut glass beads and matches the glow of the moon, a woman whose womb is somewhere in the center of that moon path, birthing a future, somewhere at the door of a teepee, bearing the water of life, a woman whose knees bend in prayer, whose elbows bend to a coffee pot, or enamel bowl of corn, of fruit, of meat, a woman whose back bends to no one except in compassion and love. I want to be a woman who, like her house, is a refuge to brother, sister, cousin, and stranger, a woman whose hands transform paint and bead into art, into truth, a woman whose lips speak straight to point out both danger and hope. And that, along with a couple others that I have, are Native American church poems. The songs that Patrick and Rance shared with you at the beginning are Native church songs, belong to Native American church, and we try to live our lives according to those teachings that we've learned in there. So I'd like to share more of those. This one, I printed this one before with a picture of a teepee behind it, and that's how I like to do it. I'm starting to play with layering image with words. So this one is called My Visionary Indian Angel. My visionary Indian angel glows burnt orange and umber firelight blue at her belly, beneath the waterbird of her soul, the forgotten roses of Juan Diego, hidden behind her shawl of empire, twin medallions, thousand beads, strong, grace eyes at her entry, her head thrown back like praying Protestant hands, mouth open, eager, hungering for dewdrops, a gift from Father Sky, her hair black night studded with souls of ancestors and a path of light, her rib beams holding up houses of generations, her backbone longer than time, than tears, than dreams, than hope. At dawn now, I kneel in her womb, waiting to reemerge, transformed into her image, speaking her to my relations, holding hands into the morning. And one more of those. If I can find them already. That always happens to you at least once when you're trying to do it right. This one's called Water Maiden. My prayers and my feet circle the teepee. Rain falls down my face, washes over me like cedar smoke, heals me body and soul. Sunrise greets me in the distant mist. Promises new day, new life, a cycle of generations. I pray hard for all within, for all without, for us all my relations. I enter from the east and face man across the way. His strength reaches mine over the fire. I straighten the bucket handle and kneel, humbled by responsibility and by love, and understand, finally, what that means. Grandfather, have pity on us. I'm crying my mother's tears.